It's championship week for 10 Arkansas high school football teams across 5 classifications, including the Greenwood Bulldogs in Class 6A. I'm Leland Barclay, and this is the River Valley Sports Report, where we highlight area teams, athletes, and coaches.
You're watching the River Valley Report.
The Bulldogs earned their way to the Class 6A championship game on Friday night with another dominating performance in the semifinals on Friday in a 56-26 win over Pulaski Academy. Greenwood scored touchdowns in all 3 phases of the game on Friday night, with Grant Carnes returning an onside kick 52 yards for a touchdown, Brady Mackey returning an interception 87 yards for a touchdown, and then the Bulldogs racking up 315 yards of offense with 4 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns in the Mercy Rule win over the Bruins. In Class 4A, Ozark traveled to Warren, where the Lumberjacks won 45-7 on Friday night. Warren scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter and led 14-0 before Gavin Gilbreth scored on a 12-yard run for Ozark on the 4th play of the second quarter.
To the pylon. Touchdown, Hillbillies.
But then Warren scored 24 points over the final 10 minutes of the second quarter to take command of the game. We talked with Ozark head coach Jeremy Burns following the game, as well as Warren's Bo Embry about the win on Friday night.
You know, they're pretty good.
Pretty good. Number 2's legit. He's a real deal. They had some big plays that got us early, and then we had a couple penalties there early that got us behind the sticks, and just kind of wheels fell off from there. So that's off to those guys. They got a heck of a team, and our guys are really proud of those top 8 and made the quarterfinals. So it was a good year for us as well. So.
Yeah, 10-win season. It's hard to be disappointed in that.
Yeah, 10 wins. Made quarterfinals, top 8 out of 48. For this bunch, surprised some guys getting this far. So hats off to the guys that worked hard, and super proud of our Ozark kids.
And you've got a good core coming back.
Got a few guys coming back. Kobe's coming back. He's been a leader for us all year, so we'll have him back as well. So we have some work to put in and get these younger guys. Got some younger guys coming up from junior high with the linemen and stuff that'll help us fill in some gaps on the line. So good off season. We should be back hopefully next year, same place.
Pleased with the performance tonight, boy, especially the first half. Just seemed like you were clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, we were. I thought that we were really balanced, and when we're able to do that offensively, we're a really good football team. And I thought we ran the ball well, and I thought we threw the ball well. And anytime we can do that, and we got some guys who can make plays.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you next. Is how important was the ability to run early to be able to pass?
Yeah, we want to be balanced, and I thought Trey Jackson did a heck of a job of running the ball really hard. And then, obviously we got 4 wideouts who can stretch the field, and all 4 of them had great games tonight.
And the defense had some stops, which obviously set your offense up too.
Yeah, I thought defensively we've been playing well. We've been playing really well on defense, and we just got to be more consistent on offense, and tonight we were.
That brings us to Friday night, where Class 7A, 6A, 5A, 2A, and 8-man will all kick off 3 days of championship games, beginning on Thursday night with Rector and Spring Hill playing for their 3rd sanctioned 8-man championship. In Class 7A, it's an all-West affair with Fayetteville and Bentonville in a rematch from earlier in 7A West play. Fayetteville advanced to the championship game with a 24-21 win over Conway at home, while Bentonville went on the road and won at Bryant 52-35 to end Bryant's 5-year run of championships in the state's largest classification. In 6A, it's also a championship rematch with Greenwood and Little Rock Christian playing. Little Rock Christian won at Benton 42-35 on Friday night to advance to the championship game, while Greenwood mercy ruled Pulaski Academy 56 to 26. The two teams played just 4 weeks ago. Greenwood's now averaging 454 yards of offense and 52 points per game and remains undefeated at 12-0. Led by Kane Archer, who's thrown for 2,206 yards and 31 touchdowns. And the ground game, Greenwood's led by Braden Davis, who's rushed for 1,426 yards and 23 touchdowns. Grant Carnes, L.J. Robbins, and Isaiah Arrington lead the receiving corps for the Bulldogs. Little Rock Christian is led by senior quarterback Walker White, who's thrown for 2,896 yards and 35 touchdowns. Little Rock Christian's averaging 433 yards and 48 points per game. Jackson Ward leads the ground game with 881 yards and 8 touchdowns, while the Warriors also have a three-prong attack in the air with Tate Collins, Cade Bowman, and Tristan Watson, all capable receivers. We caught up with Greenwood head coach Chris Young on Monday afternoon and talked to him about the state championship game coming up on Friday night. We also talked to running back Braden Davis and defensive end Brendan Chick.
Little Rock, let's see, I think 8 with your dad. And then how many did you say?
17 as a coach, 4 of those 17 as a head coach. So I've been very, very fortunate to be blessed with a lot of great football players and a dad that was a heck of a coach and then a great group of assistant coaches.
And I'm sure it never gets old.
It doesn't get old. It's exciting every time, especially the week leading up to it. You know, just the idea that you've gone the whole way. Obviously, there's a huge difference in winning and losing, and unfortunately, we've been on the wrong side of that the last 2 years. But I think that's going to help us preparation-wise this year.
I know practicing on Thanksgiving is great. It's a goal. But winning on Thanksgiving's even better, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great tradition. You know, it's a fun time to see former players, see families, just spend a day with our extended football team, being the community. But certainly winning that Friday night is huge because it sets you up to go to War Memorial and gives you that week of preparation for a state championship.
Of course, you're playing Little Rock Christian. I guess it's not a surprise. You probably had a good feeling you might see them again.
Yeah, you know, when we played them, we knew they were as talented as anybody in the state and very well coached and got a great football team. So we knew there was a good chance that we were going to see those guys down the road.
Ben, and what do you guys hope to do on Friday night?
It's been awesome. I couldn't have asked for a better season. My old linemen, they're just playing great. Everyone around me playing good, and being back in the state game means more than anything. I just want to get there and win it.
What's it kind of been like as far as your senior year? You know, what did you kind of do in preparing for it?
Well, I just do that. Not everything was guaranteed, so I had to try my hardest in every practice and every game, just make sure I'm doing everything right.
As seniors, of course, you've made it to the championship game the last 2 years. You know, has that been a motivating factor?
Yeah. Losing those 2 good state games, it hurt a lot more than I thought it would. And going back this year, I got to prove something.
Key is I feel like all 3 of our defensive linemen have really are threats to the opposing team. I feel like all 3 of our D linemen, you can't really prepare for just one of us because if you prepare for one of us, the other 2 are coming pretty hard.
You guys, you know, of course, you're playing Little Rock Christian. You won the first matchup. What's going to kind of be another key on Friday night?
Just being physical up front, winning the line of scrimmage, not getting dropped off up front, being strong up front.
What, you know, the first time you played them, a lot of success. Anything different this time?
We're going in there with a kind of the same game plan, you know. It's just like you got to take care of business at the same time as the first.
In Class 5A on Saturday night, Shiloh Christian will go up against undefeated and number 1 ranked Little Rock Parkview for the Class 5A state championship game. In Class 2A, East Poinsett County plays Bigelow for that championship. East Poinsett County is led by running back Dennis Gaines, while Bigelow won a big game against Mark Tree on Friday night. Class 4A and 3A is down to the semifinals, with Warren traveling to Rivercrest on Friday night and Elkins hosting Harding Academy in the other semifinal game. They'll advance to next Saturday's state championship game, which kicks off at 6:30 at War Memorial Stadium. Boonville hosts Glen Rose on Friday night, while Mansfield travels to Prescott in the Class 3A semifinals. That championship game will be held on next Saturday at noon. That brings us to Gimme 5, our weekly segment. These are the top 5 performances of the past week in the River Valley. Number 1, Jeremy Strozier, Mansfield's junior quarterback and linebacker, returned an interception 22 yards for a decisive touchdown in the second half of Mansfield's 26-22 win on Friday at Salem. Strozier also ran and passed for a touchdown in the game. We talked to Mansfield head coach Whit Overton on Monday afternoon, as well as Strozier, about his interception return and the team's play on Friday night.
And this week, boy, the interception return was big at a big time, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we got down to the goal line and you know, really frustrating not getting in there and scoring. And we just we needed a spark from our defense again. And you know, we got them to a 3rd and long situation and brought a little pressure and kind of sped up their quarterback a little bit, and they threw it right to us. And then Jeremy just, of course, made a great play, cutting through their offensive line and scoring for us when we really needed that score. So it was a big time play.
2 big road trips, 2 big wins. You hit the road again now.
Yeah, Prescott's the real deal. Not that the teams that we hadn't been playing hadn't been the real deal, but you know, a tradition-rich place like Prescott, place that's always in it in the end. Just another great opportunity for our team. They got a ton of speed, and we're going to have to combat with that. But the kids are fired up. They're excited for the challenge, and we're ready to roll.
You saw what your assignment was on the play, and just kind of take me through the play.
It was just kind of weird the way it happened. I was trying to guard number 18. He was coming across. I had nobody to pass him off to, and that quarterback just didn't have the arm that he think he had. And then when he threw it, he just underthrew him by like 10 yards. And I just took it into the house. I had to do what I had to do.
When you saw the ball in the air, did you know you had it picked?
I actually didn't. I thought number 18 was closer than he was, and going back on film, he wasn't as close as I thought, and my coverage wasn't the best. But the quarterback, he just didn't put it where it needed to be at.
Did you think that you had a shot to score on it?
I did not. Their whole line was out in front of me, and I just had to cut through my guys, and my guys made it happen the way they was blocking for me.
Last 2 weeks, the defense has, just come up big at big times. What's kind of been the key for you guys on defense?
Be physical and outstrength them guys. They ain't physical. They don't work hard enough. We put the work in the weight room, and we just want to be physical and show people that we have the talent that people don't know about.
Number 2, Greenwood receiver Grant Carnes caught a 12-yard touchdown pass in the first quarter and also returned an onside kick 52 yards for a third-quarter touchdown in Greenwood's 56-26 win over Pulaski Academy in the semifinals on Friday night. Number 3, Boonville fullback Rylan Ray is back. On Friday night in Boonville's 44-16 win at Camden Harmony Grove, Ray rushed 25 times for 128 yards and 3 touchdowns. Number 4, Boonville's defense intercepted 3 passes in that win on Friday night, with Hunter Warren, Connor Lentz, and Dylan Todd all intercepting passes as the Bearcats defense held Camden Harmony Grove to just 180 yards of offense to help the Bearcats advance to their 21st semifinal game on Friday night at home against Glen Rose. Friday night in Poto's 26-14 loss to Blanchard in the Oklahoma Class 4A semifinals, Jackson Summers ran 67 yards for a touchdown on the second play of the game to stake the Pirates to an early lead. He also caught a 58-yard touchdown pass from Sam Tekla for Poto's final touchdown in the fourth quarter. You can still pick up Sunday's River Valley Democrat-Gazette, where this week the spotlight was on UAFS and the return of the toy toss. We also had a high school basketball notebook as well as a recap from Warren in Ozark's semifinal game there, and also Greenwood's semifinal win at home. We also had player profiles, including Ryland Ray, whose favorite food is sushi. We also took a look in Sunday's River Valley Democrat-Gazette about the competitive equity factor and how those things have now been decided and how it affects our local teams. You can pick up the Sunday River Valley Democrat-Gazette all across western Arkansas and eastern Oklahoma at Casey's, Harps, Come and Go, Walgreens, CVS Pharmacy, and Walmart. You can subscribe to the River Valley Democrat-Gazette at rivervalleydemocratgazette.com/subscribe or by calling our customer service line at 479-684-5509. You can also keep up with the River Valley on the River Valley Democrat-Gazette Twitter account, as well as mine, Walter Woody's, and Harold McIlvain's. You can view and purchase photos from our award-winning photographers that can be seen and purchased on our website, rivervalleydemocratgazette.com/photo. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're going to wrap up this week's River Valley Sports Report with football photos from Greenwood on Friday night by Caleb Grieger. God bless you, and we'll see you next week.